Hi everyone. We're going to work on evaluating algebraic expressions, and the big thing to remember here is order of operations. And I write it this way. It's PEMDAS, remember? I'll write it out this way. But multiplying and dividing, whatever comes first is what you do in the third step. And the fourth step, adding and subtracting, whatever comes first is what you do. So parentheses, exponents, multiply, divide, add, and subtract. All right, so let's just get into some examples. Evaluate the following expressions for x equals 3 and x equals negative 2. So when x is 3, I've got 3 squared plus 3 times 3 minus 2. And 3 squared, I'll do the powers first, that's 9. And now that's the only power, so I'll go through and I'll multiply also. 3 times 3 is 9, and then I'll subtract 2. 9 plus 9 is 18, minus 2 is 16. That's when x equals 3. When x equals negative 2, put a little separation there, I have negative 2 squared plus 3 times negative 2 minus 2. Negative 2 squared, that's 4. 3 times negative 2 is negative 6, and then minus 2. And then I'm actually subtracting. 4 minus 6 is negative 2. Negative 2 minus 2 is negative 4. Okay. Now example 2. Negative x squared minus 2x plus 3. So when I put in for x equals 3, I'm going to put a negative, and then inside I'll put the 3 squared minus 2 times 3 plus 3. So this time you do the 3 squared first, not the negative 3 squared, the 3 squared. So you've got negative, and right here 3 to the second power is 9. And then I'm going to go ahead and do this multiplying. Negative 2 times 3 is 6. And negative 6, I should say, and plus 3. Negative 9 minus 6 is negative 15 plus 3. Negative 15 plus 3 is negative 12. Okay. Now I do want to make a point here. When this negative is outside, that negative is not part of the thing that gets squared here. So that's why this example's here, just to highlight that. And when x is negative 2, I got negative, when I substitute, negative 2 squared minus 2 times negative 2 plus 3. And then that's negative, and negative 2 squared is 4. Negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4, and then plus 3. And negative 4 plus positive 4 is 0. 0 plus 3 is 3. Okay, so now example 3 here. When x equals 3, I'm going to put 3 plus 4. And when x plus 2, that's 3 plus 2. And that is 7, and then divided by 5. And the point here being get the top, get the bottom, and this is like parentheses here when you have a fraction bar like this. And then 7 divided by 5, you can leave it as 7/5, or you can write 1.4. And then when x equals negative 2, you got negative 2 plus 4 over negative 2 plus 2. Negative 2 plus 4 is 2. Negative 2 plus 2 is 0. 2 divided by 0 is undefined. We cannot divide by 0. And last but not least, I've got for x equals 3, I've got the absolute value of 3 minus 3 over the absolute value of 3 minus 2. And that's the absolute value of 0. So do the parentheses, but keep the absolute value, and 3 minus 2 is 1. You can do absolute value of 0 is 0, and that gives me 0. And then when x equals negative 2, I got the absolute value of negative 2 minus 3 over negative 2 minus 2. And that's the absolute value, don't forget that bar, of negative 5 over negative 2 minus 2 is negative 4. And then this is 5 over negative 4, which is negative 5/4. If you wanted the decimal, it'd be negative 1.25. All right, you guys take care now.